Annyeonghaseyo, this is meowmurai. Let's check out Tsukihime running on Nintendo Switch 2. Okay, we got another Otome game. Hopefully this is more to people's liking. Seems like 7 Scarlet isn't really getting people. Like, I can understand why. It starts off very slowly, unfortunately. So, you have to stick with that game for quite a while before things finally get interesting. But hopefully that won't be the case here. Let's see. I wake up to find myself in a hospital bed. There are curtains that gently sway. A chilly breeze enters through an open window. I instinctively squint at the harsh color of the room. Where am I? What day is it? What happened to me? I can't seem to think straight. I try to push myself up, but a sharp pain courses through my body. My breath catches in my throat, and I start gasping for air like a fish. Is this what they mean by seeing stars? What? The moment I place my hand against the hard bed, pain erupts from the inside out again. Still lying down, I take a deep breath and look over my body. Both my hands are covered in bandages. My left leg's also set in a plaster cast. I feel a tightness around my head, so it must be wrapped up too. A large, thick adhesive strip is stuck to my chest, like it's hiding something bad. My left arm has a tube poked into it. Some part of me understands that that's an IV. I guess I must have seen all this while I was drifting in and out of sleep. The other room, dimly lit and reeking of medicine and chemicals. The array of tubes poking out from under the bandage on my chest. The scary man in the suit who came to see me. My little sister getting scolded by the man when she came to visit. And the doctor as giddy as a child. I remember all of it like it was a dream. I hear the voice of an unfamiliar woman. I don't have the strength to answer her. She then bursts out of the room, frantically calling for the doctor. Pitter patter, go her steps. She really shouldn't be running in a hospital, even if it is to get me help. Now, boy, now I'm going to scold her? Jeez. I must be kind of an a-hole. Unable to lift my body, I turn my head and look up at the window. I feel a sharp pain in each of my eyes, as if a jagged knife were poking and prodding around inside my brain. That's just being over 50. The sky outside is so blue, it looks unreal. I find my eyes flinching not from the white, hot glare of the sun, but from the spotless stretch of blue. Days pass. Since waking up, I still haven't been able to move from the bed. My only view of the outside world is the same faraway sky as before. Gently, the curtains flap. A dry wind touches my cheek. The stainless swath of blue leaves my eyes feeling woozy. Where am I? What day is it? Why am I in a hospital? Gradually, the answers come to me. Except for one. I keep looking out the window, and a thought just out of reach. Something important. A tearful promise. I can't remember.
はじめまして、遠野四季君。回復はおめでとう。
Words from a man I've only just met. He offers me a handshake. With his gentle smile and soft-spoken voice, he seems like a kind man. Though I get the feeling he's someone who could wipe the smile off his face at the flip of a switch. The clean white coat he wears fits him perfectly.
四季君、先生の言っていることがわかるかい？
いえ。
No.
僕はどうして病院にいるんですか？
覚えていないんだね。 君は道を歩いている時、自動車の交通事故に巻き込まれたんだ。
Oh, you weren't driving that car, were you?
胸にガラスの破片が刺さってね、とても助かるような傷じゃなかったんだよ。
The man, draped in white, smiles as he utters something a doctor probably shouldn't say. It's a miracle that you're alive. The queasy feeling I was holding back threatens to spill out after I hear those words.
眠いです。眠っていいですか？
ああ、そうしなさい。今は無理をせず、体を休ませてあげないとね。
The doctor continues smiling. Honestly, it makes me feel uneasy.
先生、一つ聞いていいですか？
Let me get some more water.
What? 何かな、四季君。
どうして体中に落書きをしているんですか？この部屋もところどころひびだらけで、今にも崩れちゃいそうです。
For a brief second, the smile vanishes from the doctor's face. Then he rises out of his seat, a smile reapplied. His shoes crack against the floor as he disappears behind the curtain.
やはり脳に異常があるようだ。脳外科の芦屋先生に連絡を。それと視神経にも損傷の疑いがあるな。午後は眼科検査に回すように。
The doctor whispers to his nurse, his voice cold and harsh, starkly different from before.
変なの。みんな体に落書きしてる。
The frenzied lines cling to every surface of the hospital. I don't know why, but just seeing them is enough to make me feel sick.
なんだろう、これ。
There are even scribbles on my bed. I touch one of them with my finger. Shwoop. The finger slides in. If I had something thinner, I bet I could go even further. I grab a plastic knife off a nearby tray and trace one of the scribbles with it. With no effort at all, the knife sinks down into the handle. Enjoying myself, I glide the knife along the lines in the bed. Crash. With a heavy sound, the bed falls neatly into two pieces. I turn to the voice behind me. The shriek belongs to a nurse standing at the door, her face stiff with shock.
どうやってベッドを壊したんだね、四季君。
I notice the doctor hasn't asked me why I broke it, but how.
その線をなぞったら切れたんだよ。ねえ、どうしてこの病院はひびだらけなの？
いい加減にしないか、四季君。そんな線なんてないんだ。それでどうやってベッドを壊したんだい？ 怒らないから
だから線をなぞっただけなんだ。
わかった。この話はまた明日にしよう。
The doctor lets out a sigh. He stopped smiling as soon as I mentioned the scribbles. I guess his switch is broken. This hospital's full of broken things. In the end, no one believed me. No matter what it is, I can cut it cleanly by slicing the lines with a knife. I don't even need to put any muscle into it. It's easy, like cutting paper with a pair of scissors. The bed, the chair, the desk, the walls, and even the floor, none of them are any different. And I've never tried it, but I'm positive it would be the same for people. No one else can see the scribbles. Only I can. I think it's because everything is falling apart, and these are the seams holding them together. Just like my chest, it still hasn't fully healed after the operation, so they stitch me up where it would otherwise fall apart. That's gotta be it. I mean, how else could a kid like me cut up a whole wall? The nurse screams again. Seeing the holes in the wall, she glares in my direction. Her shriek goes on and on. Luckily, something is up with my ears, so it doesn't sound all that loud to me. The drawn-out noise fills me with dread, like the sound of a burning cicada. Everything is in tatters. The idea of opening my eyes, of living at all, is enough to make me want to disappear. All this time, I never knew about the stitches holding the world together, and how easily they can break. No one else sees them. That's why they can go on living just fine. They don't know about the cracks all around us. They don't know how damaged their lives are. But I see it all. It chills me to the bone, holding me in place. Since it happened, everything sounds muffled, like my ears have been stuffed. Only the gash in my chest screams like a siren. But what happened, and when? No matter how hard I try, I can't remember. And scratching my head over it doesn't help either. My brain must have gotten rid of that information to make space for something more important, but the question still leaks out like water from a tap. Seal is the queen? Okay. I'm assuming I'm going to get that later. Oh, I think I get it. The pieces all fit. Oh, hey Sky. That's why there's no mirror in here. If there was, the very first thing I would do is blanket, okay? Break it, I would assume. I hope it's not something else other than break. I'd be laughing while it laid there shattered. Which means they're not the ones in danger of breaking. It's me who's broken. Now it all makes sense. Why 2 weeks have passed and no one believes me? Why 2 weeks have passed and no one's come to see me? Oh, we just started. So this is the very first default route. This is the first time I played this. So yeah, we're going to be in this for quite a while. Why 2 weeks have passed and I'm the only one living in this stitched together world? I have not read the original. I mean, the original came out before I was into visual novels. I don't want to be in this hospital anymore. I don't want to be surrounded by these scribbles. I have to get somewhere far away, where there won't be any people around. I'm not the weird one. It's this place that's weird, is what I tell myself, as I make a run for it. Yeah, are you saying this remake is like dramatically different? I thought this was like only like visual and audio changes. I didn't think they made a whole lot of changes to the original story. Oh, the original is 18 plus. Well, we're not going to play that here. But the wound in my chest stops me from getting too far. By the time I realize it, I've ended up in the field next to the hospital. I didn't get very far at all. They expand the story. Yeah, sometimes playing an 18 plus game is not as good as playing the family friendly game. Like I learned that when I was playing all of those Nekopata games. Like I played all the Nekopata games, and then I played the 18 plus versions, and I was like, oh, this was better without the 18 plus scenes. My chest is burning. I squat to the ground miserably, battling a bout of coughs. I can't stay here, but I can't go anywhere else either. There's nowhere to go for someone who can see all of the stitching. Another wave of coughs hit me. No one's around. A sea of grass at the end of the summer. It wouldn't be the worst place to disappear. The thought is suddenly interrupted.
君、そんなところでしゃがんでると危ないわよ。
I mean, I'm sure some people will disagree with me, but, you know. The voice of a woman cuts through my ears, clear as crystal.
絵じゃないでしょ。ただでさえちっこいんだから草むらでうずくまってると見えないのよね。気をつけなさい。危うく蹴り飛ばされるところだったんだから。
Oh, what am I, like 4? The woman scolds away, her finger pointing at me grumpily. I feel anger creep up inside me. I'm not that small. I'm only the 4th shortest in my class.
蹴り飛ばされるって誰に？
I mean, it's okay if you like the 18 plus scenes. I used to read like a lot of adult visual novels before like all of the adult sites changed all their policies. So I used to do that a lot. But, you know, there are times where it's just like, okay, I just don't want to do this. I just don't, you know, the 18 plus scenes add nothing, you know.
バカね。そんなの決まってるじゃない。ここにいるのは私と君だけなんだから。私以外に誰がいるっていうの？
The woman sure looked proud of herself, crossing her arms like that.
ま、ここで会ったのも何かの縁だし、少し話し相手になってくれない？私は青崎青子って言うんだけど、君は？
She speaks casually, like one friend to another, and offers out her hand. Seeing no reason to refuse, I introduce myself as Shiki Tohno and accept her offered hand, like I'm being pulled in magnetically. Talking to her is fun. She doesn't shoot down anything I say just because I'm a kid. And she treats me like a person, listening to my every word. I tell her all about myself. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about this. It's a Type Moon game, so pretty much all the Type Moon stuff is really good. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I was reading. Well, I mean, I'm still going to go through Seven Scarlet as well, but you know, people weren't into Seven Scarlet, not like they were into Despair Drops, which I get. Like Despair Drops is like a way better visual novel than Seven Seal or Seven Scarlet. But people really love Seven Scarlet too. I was like, I see that particular visual novel takes a while to get into. I tell her about my home, about my long family lineage, how my dad is tough on etiquette and stern all the time, how I have a little sister, Akiha, who's really quiet and follows me everywhere. How I always play with Akiha and our friends in the garden, which is as big as a forest since we have a huge mansion. How the attic is our secret spot. How I'm bad at word games. How everyone says I'm going to grow taller. How I used to like the smell of hospitals, but now I don't. How I love the sky when it's clear and blue, but looking at it makes me want to cry. How I'm glad to be alive. How I don't even hate the doctor with the pretend smile. I surprise myself. I keep yapping away feverishly.
おっと、もうこんな時間。悪いわね、シキ。私、ちょっと用事があるから、お話はここまでにしましょう。
The woman starts to leave. The thought of being alone again fills me with sadness.
じゃあまた明日。ここで待ってるからね。君もちゃんと病室に帰って、きちんと医者の言いつけを守るんだぞ。あ、
She says it so naturally, as if the idea that we weren't going to meet again, as if the idea that we weren't going to meet again tomorrow hadn't even crossed her mind, and leaves.
また。
See you tomorrow. We'll get to talk again tomorrow, just like we did today. I'm so happy. It's the first time I felt something so strongly since waking up from the accident. Going to the grassy field in the afternoon had become a regular thing. The lady would get angry whenever I called her Aoko. She seemed to hate her own name. Unsure what to call her at first, I eventually settled on Master. Master always listens to whatever I have to say and solves each and every one of my problems. Since the accident, I've hated talking to people, but thanks to her, I'm slowly becoming my old self again. Being here on the grassy field is the only time my worries slip away and I feel like the old me. I don't know who she is, but I get the sense she could actually be a real teacher at some school. Not that it's any of my business. Being around her is fun. That's all that matters.
ねえ先生、僕こんなことができるよ。
I want to surprise her. I pull out a knife I took from the hospital, and I cut the tree standing in the field. Tracing the lines, I slice from the center of the tree to the bark.
すごいでしょ。落書きが見えてるところならどこだって簡単に切れるんだよ。こんなの他の誰にもできないよね。
She's speechless. I get into a groove and decide to sink my knife into a horizontal line across the base of the tree.
シキ、
She rushes towards me, and I feel the palm of her hand slap my cheek.
先生。やめなさい。君は今とても軽率なことをしたわ。
She stares at me seriously. It's an unforgiving look, the determined gaze of someone about to punish an evildoer. How could I be so stupid? I was having so much fun. I completely forgot. These scribbles shouldn't exist, which means someone like me, who can see them, shouldn't exist either. A feeling of regret seeps into my chest like blood. I wish I could crawl up into a ball and die. That tree was the last reminder that this field was once a forest. And desperate to show off, I went and destroyed it, for no real reason at all.
ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry. I feel tears trickle down my face. I know boys shouldn't cry, but I can't help it.
シキ。
I hear my name called softly. Suddenly, even with the knife still in my hand, she hugs me tight.
謝る必要はないわ。うん。まあ、確かにシキは怒られるようなことをしたけど、それは決して あなただけが悪いってわけじゃないんだから。
Oh.
悪いのは僕だけじゃない。
ええ。でもね、シキ。それとは別のところで、今誰かが君を叱っておかないと取り返しのつかないことになる。だから私はあなたを一人の人間として見た。同じ立場の人間として意見して、怒って本気で叩いた。力加減を間違えていたら私もシキを殺していたかもってくらい本気で。
Her words truly frightened me. It isn't that I'm afraid of her killing me, but that I had pushed her into almost doing so. The thought of it makes my heart sink.
泣かないで、シキ。私も謝らないから。あなたはそれだけのことをしたんだって覚えていてほしいから。うん。その代わり、シキは私のことを嫌ってもいいわ。
うん。先生のこと嫌いじゃないよ。
そう。本当によかった。私が君に出会ったのはこのためだったみたい。
And, just like that, as if to melt away my feelings of regret, she quietly asked me about the scribbles I keep seeing. When I start telling her about the lines, I feel her hug me tighter.
シキ、君が見ているものは現実のものよ。決して見えてはいけないものだとしても、他の人間にとってはありえないことだとしても、その線は幻じゃない。あなただけにある現実。
そっか。じゃあやっぱりおかしいのは僕だけなんだね。
ええ、あなたはおかしい。そこはごまかしようがない。
Whoa, harsh. I fight back the tears. What she said stings 1,000 times more than when the doctor doubted me. But it's not like I didn't see this coming. From the very start, from the moment I woke up, I've known the truth. I shouldn't even be alive.
謝らないで。その異常はおかしいだけで説明がつかないものじゃない。道理が通っているものなら人間は何にだって向かっていける。これ私の経験則ね。どんなに馬鹿げたデタラメがやってきても知恵と勇気で乗りこなすのが私たち人間よ。
My first lesson, she calls it, with a hint of embarrassment. Having a strange condition isn't a problem itself. The problem is how I choose to deal with it.
じゃあこの落書きも説明できる？
もちろん。ものにはね、壊れやすい箇所というものがある。いつか壊れる私たちは壊れるがゆえに完全じゃない。君の目はそういったものの末路、言い換えれば未来を見てしまっているんでしょう。
未来を見てるの？
そうよ。今はそれ以上は知らなくていい。もし君がそういう流れに沿ってしまう時が来るなら、必然としてそれなりの理屈を知ることになるでしょ
先生、何のことだかよくわからない。
う。ええ、分かっちゃダメ。今大事なのは一つだけ。その線は決していたずらに切ってはいけない。君の目は物の命を軽くしすぎてしまうから。
先生が言うならしない。それに
My chest
なん
kind
だ
of
か
hurts
胸が
too.
痛いんだ。ごめんね先生。もう二度とあんなことはしないから。
I know, I wish the voice lines had like a different color or something. I'm a little confused when I'm supposed to talk and when the character talks.
よかった。シキ、今の気持ちを絶対に忘れないで。そうしていれば君は必ず幸せになれるんだから。
She uncoils her arms, freeing me from her embrace. The sensation, cold and yet warm, fades away.
でも先生、この落書きが見えてると不安なんだ。だってこの線を引けば切れちゃうんでしょ。なら僕の周りはいつバラバラになってもおかしくないじゃないか。
その問題は私が何とかするわ。どうやらそれが私がここに来た理由のようだし。
She heaves a long sigh and then smiles at me.
シキ、明日君にとっておきのプレゼントを。私が君を以前の生活に戻してあげる。
Oh, is that easy? The next day. On the 7th day since I first met Master, she comes to the field hauling a huge trunk with one hand.
はい、これをかけていればもう妙な落書きは見えなくなるはず。
She hands me an ordinary pair of glasses.
僕、目は悪くないよ。
いいからかけなさい。度は入ってないから。
I do as she says and put them on. And the moment I do,
ああ、すごい、すごいよ先生。落書きがちっとも見えない。
当たり前よ。わざわざ姉貴のところの魔眼殺しを奪ってまで作った青崎青子渾身の一品なんだから。粗末に扱ったらただじゃおかないからね、シキ。
うん、大事にする。けど先生ってすごいね。あれだけ嫌だった線がみんな消えちゃって、なんだか魔法みたいだこれ。
それも当然。だって私魔法使いだもん。
a smug grin stretches across her face as she drops the trunk to the ground.
でもね、シキ、その線は消えたわけじゃないわ。ただ見えなくしているだけ。そのメガネを外せば線はまた見えてしまう。
見えないだけ？
ええ、そればっかりはもう直しようがないことよ。君はその目となんとか折り合いをつけて生きていくしかないの。
やだ、こんな怖い目いらない。またあの線を切っちゃったら先生との約束が守れなくなる。
ああ、もう二度と線を切らないっていうあれか。バカね。あんな約束気軽に破っていいわよ。
そうなの？だってすごくいけないことだって言ったじゃないか。
ええ、いけないことよ。けどその目は誰にも頼らない君個人の力なんだもの。だからそれを使おうとするのは君の自由。その目があることについて君以外の他の誰も君を責めることはできない。問われることがあるとしたら、あなたがその力で何をしたかということだけよ。
僕が何をするか。
She stares into my eyes as if trying to peer inside.
そういうこと。うん、やっぱりいい目だ。 正直言うとね、初めて君と会った時、めんどくさいのにぶつかっちゃったなーって思ったんだ。だって君、見た感じいろいろなくしてきたみたいだから。でも問題なんてなかった。君はちゃんと生きている。なら人生かけて取り返していきなさい。
Even with a whole lifetime, I could never find the words to describe the light I felt in my chest, or the rush of joy that came with it. You belong here. She reaffirmed my reason for being, more forcefully than anyone.
四季、君は個人が保有する能力の中でもひどく得意な能力を持ってしまった。けどそれが君にあるということは何かしらの意味があるということなの。神様は何の意味もなく力を分けない。君の未来には必要になる時があるから、その直視の目があるとも言える。それは残酷だからこそ忘れないで。君はとてもまっすぐな心をしている。今の君がある限り、その目は決して間違った結果は生まないでしょう。成人になれなんてことは言わない。君は君が正しいと思う大人になればいい。いけないということを素直に受け止められて、ごめんなさいと言える君なら、10年後にはきっと素敵な男の子になってるわ。
She stands and reaches out for the trunk.
あ、でもよっぽどのことがない限りメガネは外しちゃダメだからね。特別な力は特別な力を呼ぶものだし。はい、私からの忠告その2、反則の出しどころ、勝負どころをよく考える。そうならないことを祈っているけど、どうしても自分の手には負えないと判断した時だけメガネを外してよく考えて力を行使なさい。その力自体は決して悪いものじゃない。結果をいいものにするか悪いものにするかはあくまで君の判断次第なんだから。
Evil it is. Oh. She picks up the trunk. And without her even saying a word, I know. It's time for us to say our goodbyes.
無理だよ先生。僕だけじゃいいことになんてできない。本当は先生に会うまで怖くてたまらなかった。けど先生がいてくれたから僕は僕に戻れたんだ。ダメなんだ。先生がいなくちゃこんなメガネがあったってダメに決まってるじゃないか。
四季、心にもないことは言わないこと。自分自身も騙せないような嘘は聞いている方を不快にさせるわ。
Master's displeasure is readily apparent in her expression. She then flicks my forehead.
自分でも分かっているんでしょ。もう大丈夫だって。ならそんなつまらないことを言ってせっかく掴んだ自分を捨ててはいけないわ。それじゃあお別れね。バイ、シキ。どんな人間だって人生ってのは落とし穴だらけなのよ。君はそれを何とかできる力があるんだから、もっとちゃんとしなさい。
She's really leaving. I'm sad, but as her friend, I want to see her off right.
さよなら先生。
よし、上出来上出来。その息でいつまでも元気でね。最後の教訓。ピンチの時はまず落ち着いて、その後によく考えること。大丈夫。君なら一人でもちゃんとやっていけるから。
She smiles fondly. A gust of wind sweeps through. sending a ripple across the sea of grass. She's gone.
バイバイ先生。
Bye-bye, Master. As I say the words, the realization that I'll never see her again sinks in. Left with me are a treasure trove of advice and a strange pair of glasses. In just 7 days, I feel like I've learned the most important things of all. As I stand there aimlessly, tears start welling up. I'm such an idiot. All I said was goodbye. Not once did I say thank you. I'm discharged from the hospital soon after. I won't be going back to the Tohno household. Instead, I'm taken in by another family. My body has recovered, but there are still lasting symptoms. To the Tohnos, this means I'm defective. I'm no longer needed. But I don't care. Shiki Tohno is going to be fine on his own. A new life and a new family are awaiting me. Or a new life and a new family are waiting for me. I'll be behind the hospital room where I spent my 10th summer. The curtains by my window sway in the breeze, just like always. I take in one last glimpse of the blue sky. As I do, a dry breeze washes over me, spelling the end of the summer. Day 1, homecoming. I like everything except for these fade to whites. It's really hard on the eyes. Fade to black, people. Okay, now I gotta figure out the buttons. Okay, there we go. Every visual novel's gotta have different shortcuts. Alright, well, why don't we stop it there? This is meowmurai. You've been watching Tsukihime running a piece of blue glass moon running on Nintendo Switch 2. Yeah, so this will be exciting. Type Moon generally does really good stuff. They've got like a whole universe of things, which a lot of are tied together. I'm not sure if this is part of like a larger series overall, or if it's a side story, or if it's something original, but we'll find out as we play through. So, yeah, looking forward to it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.